This is TY back with another video, and I wanted to talk about that Canelo and Caleb Plant fight. Good fight, great fight. Man, it was a good fight, man. I want to say it was a great fight. Like I said in my last video, that I had it 50-50. I didn't know how the fight was gonna play out. I thought Caleb Plant did wonderful. I thought that he used his jab. He moved around the ring. He was doing everything. He was doing everything that he was supposed to do. And that's what I said in my last video as well, is that, Caleb Plant could outbox. Caleb Plant could outbox Canelo, and he could use movement and things like that. So that's why I didn't have a prediction for this fight. I really didn't know how this fight was going to play out, because you just never know. But Caleb Plant did well. He jabbed. He had good movement. He did what he had to do. And then once the 11th round came, he got caught with a shot, and then it was all she wrote after that. Once he got hit with that shot, it was over. And Canelo did his thing. Got to give Canelo his credit. He did what he was supposed. He did what he had to do. He got the victory, and now he is the undisputed super middleweight champion. And but yeah, it was like I said, it was a tough fight, 50-50 fight. When I came in, I was thinking, man, I don't know how this fight was going to be. And Caleb did his thing, and then he got caught. And then that was another thing, that was kind of, I didn't get a chance to put in my video, but I was wondering, that was another thing that was on my mind, was how was Caleb Plant going to do in the later rounds, in the championship rounds? How was he going to fare? And but yeah, Canelo did his thing, man. I gave him props. He did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do. He got the belts now, all 4 belts. And now it's going to be interesting to see, what Canelo does next, and the scorecards, man, was just absolutely atrocious, man. They had Canelo winning all these rounds. I'm like, man, the fight was way closer than what they're making it to be. So had this fight gone 12 rounds, they would have gave Canelo the fight regardless. And that's the thing, man. That's a problem. You when you fight Canelo, man, you gonna have to find a way you're gonna have to knock him out, because if you don't, it just seems like the judges, boy, they're gonna give Canelo they're gonna give him the rounds. That's that happened with the Floyd fight. CJ Ross was the judge in the fight with Floyd, and she had it a draw, and the fight wasn't even close. Like, Floyd won all 12 rounds. So you're gonna have to knock him out. You gotta knock Canelo out, man, or you're gonna have to do something to knock him down a few times, something, in order for you to beat him, because otherwise outboxing him ain't gonna be the thing. Floyd would be probably the last person to ever get that, and that's gonna be it. You gonna have to, and Canelo's been in a lot more closer fights. Austin Trout, Arislani Lara. He's been in a couple of few fights, that was close. So, the Triple G fights were close. So, yeah. So I give Canelo his props. He did his thing. I'm curious to see what Canelo does next. Does he fight Charlo next? Does he fight Benavidez? Who does Canelo fight next? I'm curious to see what Canelo does, and what Canelo what he's gonna do next and what's gonna be the next move for him. You know, I'm curious to see how he's gonna play out. How's it gonna play out for him? And you know, is he gonna go in there and you know, is he gonna fight Charlo? Is he gonna fight Benavidez? Is he gonna go up to 175 and fight somebody at 175? You know, I'm interested to see, you know, what he's gonna do next now that he's got all 4 belts, and you know, who's he gonna fight next. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. Again, y'all can follow me at Southpaw Boxing 77 on Instagram. But yeah, and in the comment below, let me know what you guys think. But let me know who you guys want to see Canelo fight next. You know, me personally, man, I want to see him fight. I mean, either one of those fights would be good fights, Benavidez or Charlo. They would be interesting fights. Who do I see winning those fights? Man, at this point, I don't know who beats Canelo at this point in time right now, man. I just really don't know. It's really hard to say like who beats Canelo. Canelo's a tough out, man, and I just don't know who's gonna beat him or who is going to, you know, who out here is gonna really be able to beat Canelo. I don't really know who's gonna be able to beat him. I think it's gonna be tough for anybody, man, because Canelo is tough. You know, he's an all-around fighter. You know, he can fight on the inside. He can use his jab. He can come at you. I mean, and he's smart. You know, he can see what you're doing, and he's a great counterpuncher too. You know, Canelo's a tough out. You know, he's not. You know, it's not going to be easy, man, fighting Canelo. It is not going to be easy. So yeah, either one of those fights, Charlo or Benavidez, or if he goes up to 175 and it says, you know what, I'm gonna fight at 175. You know, it'll be interesting to see how he does there. So, but whatever Canelo chooses to do is gonna be something. So it'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting to see, and then give Caleb Plant his props as well, because he fought his heart out. He did what he could do. You know, gave us a great fight. A lot of people coming into this fight didn't really give him a chance. Everybody thought that he was just going to just walked down and ran over. Nobody gave this man a chance coming into the fight. So shout out to Caleb Plant, man, for, you know, doing his thing and doing all that he could do. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen now. We got a lot more great fights coming. The Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter fight gonna be coming, and we got Brandon Figueroa and Stephen Fulton. We got so many good fights, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Canelo does next and who he gonna fight next and what's gonna be next for him. I'm also hearing that he might fight Triple G again for the 3rd fight. And honestly, man, that's going to be one of those fights I really don't want to see at this point. I really don't want to see it, because I felt like the first fight, I don't know. It could have went either way. You know, I wouldn't have argued with. I'm not gonna argue with the draw. It is what it is. Some people may say Triple G won. Some people say Canelo won. The second fight, clearly, I thought Canelo won that fight easily. Canelo he was beating on Triple G, if you ask me. Seeing a 3rd fight at this point, it just doesn't make any sense to me anyway. And I don't understand why they're pushing this 3rd fight so hard. Like, at this point, where is Triple G at ever since that fight? He hasn't really fought anybody, you know. Oh, well, he's old and this and that. It doesn't matter, man. He ain't even stepped up to fight Charlo. He ain't fought Andrade. He ain't fought nobody. He fought Derevyanchenko, and I thought he lost that fight. You know, had it been for that knockdown that he got in the earlier rounds, Derevyanchenko was styling on him. He was beating on him. So. And now he's supposed to fight Murata at the end of the year, but it's like, who is that? You know, it's just Triple G is nowhere to be found. You know, he's been calling out Canelo for years. You know, he ain't been the guy that I thought that he was going to be. I thought that he was just, you know, he was like, I went big drama show. And then, you know, all he's been calling out is Canelo. He got 2 Canelo fights. He didn't even knock him down, not one time, nothing, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't want to see no third fight with Triple G. I don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that. It's no point at this point. It's no point, you know, because I think Canelo will hurt Triple G at this point. So I don't want to see that fight. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment. Let me know what you think. Also, subscribe to the channel. Also, like the video as well. Like the video. Subscribe to the doggone channel, man. Subscribe to it, and also like the video, and then go over to the Instagram if you got one, and go follow me there, man. Try to post up there too as well. But let me know what y'all think. Again, congrats to Canelo, and also, you know, Caleb Plant, man, you did your thing, man. So again, like the video, subscribe to the doggone channel, man. Peace.